You're watching CAD Roll Hunter, and I'm back with $1,000 of Canadian $2 coins, Toonies, just ready to be hunted. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James, and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter, and we are back at it with Toonies. It's been a little while. I've got 20 customer wrapped rolls of Toonies, and we're looking to see if we can find any goodies. It would be awesome if we found some proofs. We want some colorized Toonies, anything that's low mintage. We haven't found a black ringed Toonie yet. That one was in honor of the passing of Queen Elizabeth. That is one that we want to find. I haven't found one yet in a roll, but when I went to go pick these coins up, the teller told me she had something for me, and check what it was. It was a black ringed Toonie that was just in the drawer. And you can see how much darker that is. We'll compare it to another Toonie when we get into these rolls. But I'm hoping we can find a few more in there. This is a 2022. It's basically the same as the other 2022s, except that they used a different composition on the edges. And it's pretty dark. So that's pretty cool. Let's get into these rolls and see what we can find in here. I haven't even checked the enders to see if there's anything interesting, so we're just going to go in blind and hope we find some cool stuff. First roll, we've got a commemorative that looks like it's in pretty nice condition. We're going to have to flip it over to see what it is. Oh, and that's a 2016 Remembrance. This is the Battle of the Atlantic, and this one's in really nice shape. I'm going to set that aside. This might be a little bit of an upgrader in my album. Here's another commemorative. This is a 2017 Vimy. This one here, not in quite as nice condition as the last one, but that's still a pretty cool coin. And check it out, roll number 2, and we've got a black ring Toonie. So this is my very first that I've actually found in a roll. And I'll just throw it down and we'll just confirm that that is in fact the case. It should be a 2022, and it absolutely is. Check that out. It is a 2022 in the roll. So I'll put that here with our finds. I'll separate it from that one. That one was just for demonstration, but we have a black ringed Toonie in the roll. Awesome. Well, that didn't take too long. We got a faker here. It is camel toe Toonie. You can see that split toe on the right front paw right there. Flip it over. This one is going to be a 2006. We'll set that aside. Not a great start for that. Roll number 4, and we've got a pretty clean looking 2011. Definitely worth checking against my own album. That's a nice looking coin. And of course, I'm scoping all of my 1996s. It's the first year of the Toonie, and it's one that has a lot of different varieties. Ones we've found on this channel. There's one that is the polar bear smoking a cigar. It's a little die chip there. We found one of those. There is a no ice variety where you don't see any detail here, and I've found one of those. And there's also one which with a die chip that looks like a horn on the polar bear's forehead. I haven't yet found that one. I'm hoping to do it. And you'll get lots of chances to look at 1996s because there's over 300 and some million were minted. They're the most plentiful. You'll find lots. And some of these varieties are still out there. They're lots of fun to look for and find. And speaking of varieties that you can find and that we found on this channel, I've got a 2000. This is the Knowledge with the family of polar bears here. And there is one with a die chip on this last 0. It's called the Pedestal 0. I found it, but this isn't it. The other ones you can find are the die chips on the S in dollars on the obverse. It's right here, and that's called the Pedestal S. I found that one as well on this channel. This is not it, of course. And the other one is the Pedestal D with the die chip on the D, which we've also found on this channel. So those are really cool, fun varieties you can actually find coin roll hunting, and I found all of them on the 2000 coin roll hunting Toonies in Canada. We're in roll number 6, and I've got a Toonie here, and we have found something cool. This is a low mid. This is the old generation it's known. There are no security features on the reverse. And if I flip it over, it is a 2012. This is a low mint. It's just about 1.5 million minted, as opposed to, oh goodness, I'm going to have to look and see what the mintage is for the old or the new generation with the security features. It's a transition year, but we found a 2012 without the security features, the old style. Really, really cool. For the sake of comparison, I've got both of the 2012s you can find here. The one on the right with the date at the top is the old generation that lacks the security features on the reverse. And the one on the left, it features the date on the bottom, and it includes the security features on the front. I'll just flip them over. And so here you can see the differences, those security features, those laser etchings with the maple leaves, whereas on the right, it just says Canada $2 in larger text. Roll number 9, and you can see it. We're going to have a second black ringed toonie, and they really do stand apart. We'll just pull it out. Absolutely, that's what it is. It is going to be another 2022. And this gives us the chance to select and keep the best of what we've found. Really nice. Roll number 10, halfway point, and we have found another fake toonie, another camel toe toonie. This one is purporting to be the 1996. Same roll, a little further back, we've got another one. This is going to be, let's see what year this is going to be, a 2006, and it's got the Ring of Death on it too. Roll number 12, we've got a newer commemorative here, so we'll flip it over and see what we've got. And we've got the Color Insulin. Very cool. That is minted at just 2 million. This one looks to be in nice shape with that blue little cloud there of insulin. That's awesome. Our first color for the hunt. Well, honestly, this is crazy. I didn't expect this to happen, but I just grabbed this one here and I flipped it over. And we found our second low mint 2012 old generation in this box. That is 2. It took me a long time to find just one. And we've got 2 in this hunt. That's crazy. Roll 14, and that's fake number 4. That 1996 is not real, and there's a real one to the left of it. If I flip this over, we can see really clearly that camel toe. If I flip this one over, we'll see that that foot looks more normal. Same roll, and we've got another remembrance-themed coin here. This toonie is from 2018. This is the Armistice toonie, a beautiful coin. And we have a lot of remembrance-themed coins in Canadian coinage. What's really interesting about this one is that I just had the opportunity very recently to meet the designer of this coin, Lori McGaw. You can see her initials just to the right down here, LM. Might be hard to see. But Lori was a guest speaker at the Waterloo Coin Society recently, and she talked about all of her experience designing coins for the Royal Canadian Mint. She designed this toonie that's in wide circulation. She also designed the loonie that is commemorating the women's right to vote, and that's another one that you would recognize. She's designed, I believe, over 15 coins for the Royal Canadian Mint, including some limited edition collector's gold coins. She has done some pretty significant ones. More recently, I think she designed one that was a tribute to Queen Elizabeth II, so check that out. And I'll just put a little picture up here of Lori and I at the recent meeting of the Waterloo Coin Society. That was a real treat to meet her. Well, here's another dandy, and this is the first time I found one of these. I just flipped over this 2022, and note that the obverse on this 2022 is the same as the standard 2022, so you can't really tell by looking at it until you flip it over, so you got to be really careful. This is the 50th anniversary of the Summit series, and this is a really cool one. That iconic series between the Soviet Union and Canada in 1972. This is a beauty, and the first time I've found this one in the wild. Same roll, next coin. I don't know what is happening, but check this out. This is an old generation. I flip it over, and another 2012. That's 3 old generation low mint 2012s in the same box. I cannot believe it. It took me so long to find one, and now we've got 3 in this hunt alone. Roll 16, this is going to give us black ringed toonie number 3. Check it out. So they're out there. I know when collectors started to hear of these being out in the wild, people kind of grabbed them up pretty quickly. The mint was pretty quick to come out to say that they weren't rare. They'd already minted over 5 million and expressed that they would mint as many as they needed to meet the demand. So they weren't going to be rare, but I hadn't seen one until today. And look at that, we've got a few of them, and this one is a beauty. Same roll, and I just flipped it over, and we've got our second Summit Series colorized coin. That is awesome. Same roll, this is another nice one. This is that 2017 Dance of the Spirits. It features the Northern Lights, and of course, the one you really want to find is the colorized version, which is the glow-in-the-dark one. If you put it up to a light and then turn the lights off, it is pretty wicked. 2017, this one looks to be in pretty nice condition as well, so might want to hold on to this one. They're only minted at 10 million. That's the color and non-color together. Roll 17, and we're going to have our 4th color coin. Look at this. We've got another 2021 colorized insulin minted at 2 million. Well, this is crazy because check it out. This is our number 4, our 4th 2012 old generation, no security features Toonie in one box. Roll number 18, and we are not done with the counterfeits yet because just towards the end of this roll, there's another one. There's that camel toe. This one is another 2006. All right, I can already see we've got a couple of commemoratives here. I can see just by the design, I know that's going to be a 2020 Bill Reed behind this one, but we'll check first to see what this one is. This is a 2020 Bill Reed. That's beautiful. And right behind it is another one. That is awesome. And then behind that, we're going to have a 1999. One small correction about the obverse of the 2022, the difference between the Summit Series and the regular one, is the Summit Series one actually is a little bit different. It features the maple leaf above the portrait of the Queen, whereas the standard one with the polar bear does not. Well, on a quick edge check on roll number 20, the last roll of the box tells us we're not going to get any more black ringed Toonies, and we're not going to get any silver proofs, which are out there too. Instead, we've got a roll of regular looking Toonies. We'll just look through them to see if we've found anything interesting. And if not, I'll be back with a wrap up. Well, that box is done, but what a box it was. We got so many great things. I'll just start off with the 2010s and the 2019s. As you might know, there are some variations here. I had a big stack of 2019s. And checking those, I had 3 of 20 were the lower mintage 16 serrations. So there's more serrations on them. You can see them on the side of the coin. The best way to tell the difference is to put a bunch of them side by side and see if you have any that appear longer. I'm not going to keep them. They're not rare. They're not as common. So 15% of what I got had that variety. So certainly not as common, but there are tons of them out there. So just a variety to look for. Same thing with the 2010s. You want to find them with the 14 serrations. The 3 that I got all had 16 serrations, so not the less common variety. But we found a bunch of good stuff. We got 4 color. We got 2 of the Summit Series Toonies. We got 2 of the colorized insulin Toonies. We got a couple of low mint non-color Bill Reed. They're just $1 million each. And we got 3 of those 2022 black ringed Toonies, and they look really, really cool. Of course, we also got 5 fake Toonies, 2 1996s and 3 2006s. We got a few nicer commemoratives that we'll check against my own book. And I think the finds of the hunt, we're finding just a crazy number of 2012 old generation without the security. Just really crazy that we would find 1, let alone find 4 in a single box. So that's pretty awesome. And I got a few others here. I'll just check against my book to see if they're any better than what I've got. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that Toonie hunt. If you did, please give the video a like, a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. That really helps out. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now. I'd really appreciate it. Then you can find out when my new videos are coming out. I have new videos coming out all the time. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day. We'll see you again next time.